5 years ago, none of this was possible. Not this film, not hashtags, none of it. The sports world had no idea what was coming, and neither did we.
Probably what it all comes down to is you just have to sell everything more. If you want somebody to read a longer story, you have to make it worthwhile for them to read it. Knowing that there's so much competition for each pair of eyes, that they can go anywhere they want to do anything, really. And it's almost flattering when somebody does read you now, because you think about all the other things they could be doing, and they're taking this few minutes to read something you wrote. That I think that's a pretty nice thing, actually.
Nowadays, the world is like so fast-paced. Everybody wants information right away at their fingertips, and they want the basic facts, and that's it. They want to know what's going on, but they want to go about their day too. People
that just go by a newspaper, they won't exist 10 years from now or 20 years from now.
The newspaper business is dwindling right now. I mean, and look at the USA Today. USA Today is just all in color. It's like all pictures and like a small story, because nobody wants to sit back and read an old paper because they have stuff to do.
Now all that stuff is on Twitter and is in social media, so what becomes of SportsCenter?
I don't think the sport fan's going to stop demanding, so the teams are going to have to keep evolving. And in the middle of all that, you have a really rapidly changing sport journalism world.
Go over the last 100 years of sports being on, on film, on video on some level. It's this ever-evolving thing.
The journalists who aren't evolving as well are the ones that are going to be sort of left behind, right? So I think there's a whole, for you guys going out into the job world, I think there's a ton of things that you can do if you've built yourself a knowledge of this media.
And I'm sure when you guys are talking to your grandkids, they're going to laugh what Twitter was. There was 140 characters and you typed down your phone. It's going to be something much different 20, 30, 40 years from now than it is now. And people are going to laugh about how primitive it was, I'm sure of that.
I don't know what the next big thing is. I don't know if Twitter's going to stick around. Something like it will.
There's somebody on a college campus somewhere sitting behind a computer, the next Mark Zuckerberg, who is coming up with something that is going to completely change the game 5 years from now. I mean, once you guys are in the sports media, you will be playing by a different set of rules than I'm playing by. There's no question. Just as I'm playing by a different set of rules than the guy who was sitting here 10 years ago was.
And maybe it's us that changes, but it's a weird time where we don't know what it's going to be like as fans or athletes or members of the media. We don't know how we're going to be interacting in 5 years.
But Twitter is like a breath of fresh air for what was a struggling industry. Now, people are excited about what's in store once again.
It's going to be different. It's going to be a lot different than it was. But it's going to be alive, and it's better than the alternative that was really being forecast 20 years ago. This creates all sorts of opportunities that didn't exist before.
It's a fascinating time to be part of this process. And, I wouldn't want to be doing this at any other time.